Before I head into this fight, I'm gonna take off the Providential ring. I'll take off the Fragrant ring, and I'll put on the Cling ring and heal up. I'll keep the Providential ring on because these enemies can actually drop upgrade materials in the fight, which is awesome. And then I'll have my Fire Bombs and Pine Resin handy for the Phalanx Demon fight. Yeah. Yeah. Ouch. This enemy's weak to fire, in case you can't tell. Fire does big to this boss fight. And you can use it to clear this big horde of whatever they're called, hoplites. You might recognize the hoplites or their form, whatever you want to call it, from a later game. I know I did. The first time I saw these enemies, I was like, oh, I know what that is. Or I recognize the way that looks. And there we go. Still have my Pine Resin buff active. And yeah! Awesome Pine Resin attack animation. The photo mode in this game is so cool. You can definitely do some really badass stuff with this. Now we got the lead or lead demon soul. No idea which one it is. And I'll head back to the Nexus.
Welcome back. The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee.
Welcome back to the Nexus, and prepare for a lot of exposition, a lot of dialogue from the NPCs that are here, because I'm going to go through and I'm going to exhaust all of their dialogues, excluding the Crestfallen Warrior, starting with the Maiden in Black or the Candle Maiden.
The monumental awaits the above. The monumental will explain the nexus to thee. The monument.
Whenever I did my first playthrough of Demon Souls, one of the earliest thoughts that I had was, I want the Candle Maiden's armor. The second I saw her armor, I was like, I need that. I need that set. That is a goated set, and I need it. And it pains me incredibly to inform you that it is not, in fact, in the game. Very, very saddening news. Very, very saddening news. I'm going to go into online mode now that this is done, just so that I can show the online stuff once we get up here. So I'll stand right here, and boom! Online mode. I have no idea what this blue effect that is on me is, by the way. I don't know what's causing it. And up here to the left is the monumental.
We have long awaited you, slayer of demons. I am one of the monumentals. We preserve the fabric of reality. There is a tale I wish to tell you. Once, we too a scourge of demons faced. In the distant past, under benevolent rule, the world was united owing to the soul arts. Until a lust for power caused the awakening of the Old One. Across the land seeped a colorless, deep fog, and the world faced extinction at the hands of the demons. Thanks be, we were able to lull the Old One back to its slumber, yet only after the loss of innumerable souls, and most of the world lost, erased by the fog. In order to mend the fabric of what lands still remained, we entrusted 6 leaders with 6 precious archstones, one to the king of a small yet industrious land, one to the king of the burrowers underground, one to the wise queen of the great ivory tower, one to the chieftain of lost and ill-fortuned souls, one to the shaman of the tempest-worshipping shadowmen, and the last to the great giants of the northern lands. The archstones were placed in the fringelands that survived. We contained the Old One here below the Nexus and prohibited the soul arts. Finally, we became monumentals, half-living sentinels of the fabric of reality. Alas, the other monumentals have perished, and only I remain. Now it is your turn. You must lull the Old One back to its slumber and seal it away for all eternity. If not, a deep fog will absorb all that we know. Have you the strength to bear this burden?
I don't think it matters what you say here. I don't know for sure, but either way, no matter what you answer, you're gonna kill the bosses to beat the game. So I'm just gonna say yes.
Yes. We are fortunate indeed to have you. Now, go forth and destroy every last demon. The Old One, without demons to feed its souls, will a new servant seek and lure you to its bosom. We neutralized the Old One and banned the soul arts. Then we spread the archstones, and in order to mend reality, monumentals we became. However, man's memory of history is ever short, and before long he repeated his mistakes. The monumentals perished, and the archstones were long forgotten. And the short-sighted King Alant once again roused the Old One. The monument and the short...
There we go. Monumental dialogue over. There's a stone of ephemeral eyes here, I believe. Yes. Grab that and head back down. The cutscene And the dialogue we get from the Monumental might be my least favorite. Because it doesn't feel as interesting. It just feels kind of boring to me. It wasn't so bad on my first watch, but now every time I'm like, yeah, I don't really care about this stuff. Like the intro cutscene is pretty interesting. I actually learned more from that watching it a second time, but